Hello children. In today's module, we will discuss how the laws are made in the State Assembly. In the earlier times, as you know, the people were ruled by kings and monarchs who ran the government as they desired. The common people were exploited, were paid less for their services, and they did not have any say in the functioning of the government also. But now the times have changed. We have a democratic government. Our laws are made by the legislative assemblies and parliament according to the directions given in our constitution.
According to the constitution, every state in India has a legislature which consists of a governor and one or two houses. The legislatures that have two houses are known as bicameral, and the legislatures that have one house are known as unicameral. The lower house is known as Legislative Assembly and the upper house is known as Legislative Council. Presently, very few states in India have bicameral legislature. Andhra Pradesh is one such state that has bicameral legislature.
Children, the Legislative Assembly is the most important body for making laws in the states. Like our state legislature is responsible for making laws and drafting policies for the welfare of the people of Andhra Pradesh. Our state assembly has 294 members, MLAs, who are elected from different constituencies of the state, just like the panchayat members are elected from different wards. The tenure of Legislative Assembly is 5 years, but a governor may dissolve it earlier also if the need arises. The state legislature must meet twice a year and the gap between the two meetings should not be more than 6 months. Children, as I just told you, our Legislative Assembly has 294 members or MLAs. Each of these members represent their constituency. There are 294 members. So there are how many constituencies? Yes, you are right. 294 constituencies.
The number of constituencies in a state depends on its populations. Our constituency in Andhra Pradesh has about 1,70,000 voters. I'm sure all of you know that all persons above 18 years of age get themselves registered for voter ID cards and can vote in the elections.
Children, the elections to the State Legislative Assembly are held once in every 5 years. The citizens of the country who are above 25 years of age and want to become an MLA can contest in the elections. Some candidates contest the elections by becoming members of different parties, while others choose to contest as independents without getting themselves associated with any party.
The political parties make their own set of agendas before the elections and chalk out the work that they will do if they come in the power. Large campaigns are carried out informing the public about the party's agenda and introducing the candidates. I'm sure you would have also seen such political campaigns being organized in your area. Candidates riding in jeeps, using loudspeakers, putting posters, and organizing public meetings. These are all tactics of the contestants of grabbing the attention of the voters and persuading them to vote for themselves. On the election day, all those who have an ID proof secretly vote for the candidate of their choice. Counting is done on the scheduled day and then the candidate who gets the highest number of votes is declared elected. Legislative Council. Before we move further, we must learn more about Legislative Council also. In Andhra Pradesh, we have a bicameral system, that is, We have two houses, the Legislative Assembly, also known as Vidhan Sabha, and the Legislative Council, also known as the Vidhan Parishad.
The members of Legislative Council are elected for a term of 6 years. After every 2 years, 1/3 of the members retire. To contest for the Legislative Council, a person must be a citizen of India and over 30 years of age. It consists of 90 members. Just like the members of Legislative Assemblies are known as MLAs, the members of Legislative Council are known as MLCs. Once the elections are over, the government is formed. Now let's understand how the government is formed.
Now, suppose there are two parties that contested in the elections. There are a total of 294 seats. Party A got 156 seats and Party B got just 92 seats. So, Party A is in majority and is in a position to make laws and get them passed also since its members are in majority. Right? So Party A will elect one member amongst themselves as their leader, who will become the Chief Minister of the state. The Chief Minister will then make his cabinet. That is, he will select some members from the elected MLAs and hand them the responsibilities of various portfolios like education, entertainment and agriculture. The appointed ministers will then look after the areas assigned to them.
The appointed minister for various portfolios then make policies and plans for the development of departments assigned to them. These plans and policies are submitted to Legislative Assembly for approval. Once they are approved, the responsible ministers take action to implement them to ground. All MLAs elect a person as the Speaker of the Assembly. The Speaker conducts the Assembly meetings. He or she is the one who decides what would be discussed in these meetings, when and who will speak, in what order. If anyone disobeys the Speaker, he has the power to punish him also. All the plans and policies are discussed in great detail before getting implemented. The MLAs keep track of problems that people face in their constituencies and discuss it in the assembly meetings. Then the ministers of the concerned department take action on it. The Chief Minister and his cabinet members are answerable for all their actions. Any member of the assembly, whether from the ruling party or opposition party, may question them. Now we come to the most important part of the chapter. How are laws made in Legislative Assembly? Children, any new law is known as the bill. The minister who proposes the bill or introduces the bill has to justify its need. A lot of discussions are held regarding the pros and cons of the bill. The members of the Legislative Assembly look into the details carefully and try to understand its long-term effects on the people. Once they are satisfied, voting is done. If more than half the members of the Legislative Assembly, that is the lower house, approve it, it goes to the Legislative Council, the upper house. When it is approved from the Legislative Council also, it goes to the governor for approval. Once the governor approves the bill is called an act and published in the Gazette. Till the next time we come up with another interesting module, it's happy learning from me.